So today, February 16th, 2025, marks the 100th anniversary of the Spacerite Lettering system, which completely revolutionized, for better or worse, how gravestones were produced in America. Each one of these metal plates has a raised letter on it, which was used to create layouts and inscriptions for memorials. They were the brainchild of Timothy Jello, who in the early 1920s was working as a memorial draftsman for the Dean Monument Company in Mattapan, Massachusetts. Here is another one of his designs, published in the Granite, Marble, and Bronze Trade magazine. Keep in mind that Jello was not a stone carver. As you can see in this cartoon, memorial companies would typically have separate departments, one for the design, another for fabrication. When he was 34 years old, Jello began thinking of ways to streamline the industry. He began producing metal alphabets, as well as a layout rack that would significantly speed up the lettering and sandblasting process. He and his partner, George DeBona, called it the Spacerite Lettering system, and they filed for their first patent on February 16, 1925. Once a set of the Spacerite letters were purchased by a memorial company, the name of the deceased could easily be spelled out within the wooden Spacerite lettering rack. By placing tracing paper over these letters, a rubbing was then taken. This would then be transferred to a thin rubber sheet, and each letter would be manually cut out. Once the stencil was adhered to the granite, the stencil inscription was sandblasted in a matter of minutes. Producing memorial layouts and inscriptions in this way dramatically reduced the time it took to finish a memorial. No longer did a skilled draftsman have to slowly draw letters or numerals by hand. Sandblasting soon overtook the industry, and cemeteries are now saturated with the cookie-cutter monuments we still see today. Jello designed 4 plate alphabets for the Spacerite company: Spacerite Classic Roman, Spacerite Modified Roman, Spacerite Round Corner Gothic, and Spacerite Old English. Of these, Modified Roman was by far the most popular. If you have ever visited any cemetery in America, you have most likely seen them. Modified Roman, Modified Roman, Modified Roman. Turn any which way and you can't miss the squished little r, a dead giveaway of this font. Even after 100 years, Modified Roman is still the go-to font for mass-produced gravestones. Now, I have to admit that I'm not the biggest fan of these letter forms. To me, they're kind of on par with papyrus and Comic Sans. That being said, I still find them to be such a fascinating part of American gravestone history. Today, the Spacerite alphabets have all been digitized, and no one really uses the metal plates anymore. So it took a long time to finally track down a complete set. And the fact that it's specifically Modified Roman is exactly what I was looking for. It even came in its original case with slots designated for each letter. And I love that the slot for the letter I is more narrow than all the rest. Note how the metal plates are not perfect rectangles. Jello specifically designed them to have these little notches on the side called contact keys that forced proper spacing. To wrap things up, Timothy Jello is buried in Mount Wollaston Cemetery in Quincy, Massachusetts. For a man who is responsible for the lettering on virtually every gravestone produced in the 20th century, I find it astonishing that he does not have a gravestone of his own. Thanks for watching, and if you like my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Just click this link here. I spend a lot of time making these videos and every little bit helps. And of course, the very best thing you can do is to subscribe to my channel to get access to all the latest videos.